You have to be careful if you absolutely have to leave right now. The best thing to do, though, is just wait a little while, right, Kyle?
Wait a little while.
We're getting close to being above freezing across a good chunk of the area. It'll happen here within the next hour or so for a lot of places. If not, a little bit later than that by just a little bit. Most of you certainly well above freezing as we head through the late morning hours. Dallas out at Love Field already up to 34. 32 in Waxahachie, 32 in Granbury, 32 Corsicana, Hillsboro's at 33, but still 20s hanging on across northern North Texas where there's the most sleet and snow still on the ground. So it may take a little bit longer. Most of you will be above freezing within the next hour. So between now and about 10 o'clock, some of you may take until 10:30. Maybe even 11 in a couple locations along the Red River. Bit of a breeze. There is a bit of a wind chill. Goes without saying you need to bundle up this morning. Your temperature timeline looks like this as we head toward that 10 o'clock hour. Most of DFW above freezing. No looking back from there. 40s will be after that, and then we may even hit around 50 later on this afternoon. Tons of sunshine headed your way as we head through your Saturday. Tons of sunshine headed your way through your Sunday. Maybe not necessarily everything melts away today across northern North Texas where there was, 6, 7, 8 plus inches of snow on the ground. I don't think that all of that will completely melt away today. So there could be some slick spots here or there across far northern North Texas to start the day tomorrow. There could be some slick spots elsewhere, but for the most part, road conditions should be a lot better tomorrow morning than anything that's going on out there this morning. But by this afternoon, it'll just be a wet and slushy mess for those of you that are still dealing with sleet and snow on the ground. Stacia, speaking of that, what are the roads looking like?
Yeah, so you do have that slushy mess, some areas across the Metroplex and still some ice, obviously. Just starting with this area along the High 575, prime example with this ramp that we're looking at. As soon as that elevation rises, you have more ice, more snow, and a dangerous situation. You don't want to find yourself in that this morning. We've been saying it for the past 3 days. Avoid those bridges and overpasses. And this morning, follow suit. So yes, this is just a situation that prime example where you're dealing with icy conditions. The other one I wanted to show you was right over Lake Lewisville. So this is a bridge that the toll road closed. A lot of those toll lanes were closed. It was just a decision that made sense at the time because you want to treat the main lanes and keep people off the tolls, and obviously the main lanes traffic was light. All right, wanted to show you this because I've been talking about this area. This is down south of the Dallas Zoo. We've had a couple accidents here already. People aren't expecting this patchy ice. You had one vehicle that spun out earlier, and I kept calling it a 380, which, by the way, is a U.S. highway that runs through Prosper, McKinney, and Frisco. But that's what happens when you've been talking about traffic for a while. Your map, pretty green, but you do see a little bit of slow-moving traffic along U.S. 380, the area I was just talking about. And then also, if you are heading out, the best thing to do, if you absolutely have to leave right now, watch your speed. And when you see areas where you have ice on the shoulder, most likely that's an elevated area, and you want to slow down even more. 75 at Telephone Road, the northern portion of Collin County, you can still see a lot of ice and snow there. The roads look relatively clear, traffic relatively light across the Metroplex. Cleo?
All right, Stacia, thank you. Like Stacia said, take it easy this morning. This is a live look from TxDOT at US 75 and Telephone Road. There are still some trouble spots out there this morning, and crews, well, they're working to make sure those roads are safe. Joining us right now is Tila Grand from TxDOT in Dallas. Tila, can you hear us? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I can hear you. Thanks for having me.
Hi, glad to have you this morning. Any problem areas that you've seen so far?
So far, our crews are reporting no major issues going on this morning. They've put a lot of work in over these last 3 days, and including yesterday as well, to get that brine down ahead of the freezing overnight. So no, it's moving pretty smooth this morning.
Yeah, that's good. And it looks like, I guess, some people are still trying to stay off the roads this morning. I guess, how did TxDOT prepare for this refreeze? You said they got out a few days before it.
Yeah. So even just yesterday, our crews were out kind of really hitting those shoulders areas where the ice could potentially freeze up, and clear those areas out and put another layer of brine down just to make sure that the ice was not kind of sticking over the roads. So of course, there might still be a couple of slick areas here and there, but they did try to get out like the hours ahead of this freeze and make sure that everything is pretty clear.
Hey, Tila, what's your advice to drivers who may see one of your vehicles out on the highway this morning?
Yeah, we just want to let them know to move slow and make sure you give our crews some space. They do need some space to make sure they can put those materials down or whatever they're working on. Make sure you definitely watch out for them and travel slowly around them. We want to keep everyone safe, including our crews.
Yeah, Tila, you know, I'm always curious when we have a weather event like this, are there any certain problem areas that are a little, I guess, more of a trouble spot, problem area than others?
Yeah, usually that's going to definitely be, like you guys said, your overpasses and your bridges. Of course, those are the spots that freeze first. And yeah, so those are the areas we really try to pay special attention to, and drivers definitely be alert as you're hitting those areas as well.
Tila, once again, before you go, what's the plan for today for your crew?
Yeah, we're hoping to give our crew some rest. After about this 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock this morning, they're going to go back to normal operations.
Man, I know you guys have been working around the clock. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Stay safe as well.
Yeah, thank you. You guys as well.
All right, thank you. At the time right now, 9:06. We know the sun is shining this morning, and the snow, it's starting to melt across North Texas. Some counties got more snow than others. We know that. This is actually a side-by-side comparison of Plano yesterday. Oh, my, look at those little girls in the basket there. Many parts of Plano and Collin County had that fun, fluffy snow Thursday and Friday. Today, it's mostly ice and slush out there. Let's get to our Richard Solomon in Plano. Richard, I guess, how are the back roads looking? It looks like you may have moved your location.
Well, I'm going to give you an example. This is my tryout for the Dallas Stars. It looks like a normal road, but this is a complete sheet of ice that I'm standing on right now, Cleo. This is ice that you can see. The problem is when you walk out of your door this morning, I know it's Saturday, we might have plans early this morning, you might not be able to see it. So what I'm thinking about are you've seen those viral videos of people walking out, slipping and falling. Be careful if you go out this morning. I know Kyle will talk about it a little bit later. It's supposed to warm up, but it's not that warm right now. So actually, this is what some streets might look like. Again, I'm up in Collin County. This is Plano. This is a parking lot, but it shows you just, which streets are treated and which aren't for the most part. And we are right beside Highway 121. That looks completely fine, but again, if you're out and about this morning, you want to pay attention because there are some slick spots. I mean, I actually walked down to McDonald's and grabbed a bite to eat. It's still very, very slick. So again, if you are out this morning, be careful. But Cleo, I think I might got the hang of this. This is actually, I don't know if you can see it. It's like a heart-shaped piece of ice. This is for you, Cleo. We love you. But be careful if you guys are out this morning. I know we had a whole lot of winter fun, but I'm ready for this stuff to melt on away. Go back up north.
Yeah,
please.
yeah. I think
So
people are feeling the same way.
Yes, Texas, Texas is bigger and better, and you sure did do a big old snowstorm. So I'll give you another live look at the roads and how they're doing and what crews are doing to treat those later on in the next half hour. For now, live in Plano this morning, I'm Richard Solomon. Cleo?
All right, Richard, thank you. I've been trying to pinpoint where he was. I know exactly where he is. You're right by the McDonald's, of course. There's a Michael's, a Home
Preston
Goods,
Village
the
Shopping
Stonebriar
Center.
Mall. I know exactly where you are, right off the tollway. All right, Richard, we'll see you soon coming up here.